our children's endless questions to the police. Can we trust cops? Why do they murder people that look like me? Why do they bother my father, my mother, my brother, my sister? Are they going to kill me? Mr. OK, Mr. Oscona, I have hopes and dreams. At 4 o'clock, we will model for our students what it means to be agents of change, transforming our beliefs in the world around us so that we, Black, brown, and allies, can live in a world of joy, peace, and liberation. At 4 o'clock, we march on the soil that coughs up the blood of injustice and the victims that have fallen to police violence. At 4 o'clock, we, everyday average educators, will become part of a movement to break the silence of oppression. At 4 o'clock, we have determined there's nothing more important than to identify yourselves as teachers and educators and voice how much we love our Black and brown children. At 4 o'clock, we encourage you to join in what we call a movement, not a moment, a movement to voice that my life, your life, their life, Black and brown children lives matter. At 4 o'clock, we won't beg, but simply ask you to hold our hands and join us. And for this next part, these are for the teachers that I've been remotely organizing with who've denied joining us in solidarity because they're afraid to lose their jobs. So teachers have asked, aren't you afraid to lose your job? What I'm afraid of is that we as educators will continue to invest most of our energy in guided reading and CGI, but not invest ourselves in the social realities of our students. We can teach guided reading and we can teach math till we're Black and blue, but guided reading and CGI doesn't shield, protect, nor become an armor for our children when bullets start flying, even when hands are up. What I'm afraid of is that we as teachers will continue to teach every day being colorblind. What I'm afraid of is that we as educators will continue to teach every day ignoring the social injustices that directly impact our children. What I'm afraid of is we as educators will continue to teach a character curriculum created for the white middle class population. What I'm afraid of is that we, as educators, will justify not teaching about racism and police violence because our kids are just too young. What I'm afraid of is that we, as educators, will continue to believe that we have the hardest job in the world because we don't. The hardest job in the world is the job of our students and their families, the job of trying to get by, the task of surviving, not just full-time, but a lifetime. How could I be afraid of losing my job when I'm afraid I might not wake up to my children every day? So I respond, take my job. I've lived under $1 every day my whole life, but no person, no job or system can take my passion away for kids and social justice. After attending the funeral of Olivia Gordon, one of our founding students this past week, I've been afraid to sleep. I've been afraid to wake up to more tragic news. I've been afraid to dream. If I feel this way, I can only imagine how our Black and brown children, students, and families who also dream must feel. So no, I'm not afraid of losing my job, and I'm not afraid of cops. I'm afraid of something much more bigger. And today, I ask you to take this step with me, this step towards being less afraid, a step that may have no direction, a step to simply do, to do something, and that's showing the value in our students' lives. Our kids matter. This is not a moment, but a movement.